Hey, how goes it, everybody? This is part two of the DayZ standalone. Looks like I just logged in to a dark environment. That might be a problem. The reason why I say this is a problem is because there's 11 players online right now, and it's nighttime, and I don't have night vision gear. So, let's going to log out of this one and start on a completely different map. I'm going to try to see if I can find one that's, I don't want to say PvP only, but a good daytime server, as well as one that's a little bit more populated. Wow. They don't say if they're day or nighttime servers anymore, which kind of sucks. It's a temporary map. Let's see. It's a call. That's one map I don't have yet. I do have Livonia, South America. First person only. Just gonna add this one to favorite really quickly, and then I'm gonna test it out. Hopefully, it doesn't bring the same character over. 1 minute and 12 seconds. So it is gonna float me over to another. Damn. Sorry if you guys can hear me munching. I'm just eating a salad for breakfast. Alright, so it's daytime out. Looks like my character's still soaked. Looks like I'm still wearing the same gear. Looks like I'm still the same character. And I am on Livonia, which, I mean, it doesn't bum me out too much because I have some gear. It's not the best gear, and I don't know this map. I do see buildings off in the distance that way, but I wonder if I can find anything else closer just by going up to the top of this hill. And I'm not finding a whole lot. There's a road over here. I think those are trees, actually. If I die, I die. That's what this game is meant to do. The only thing you can expect in this game is to die, so what I'm going to do is try to get myself into a better position. I could light a fire and try to warm myself up, dry off my clothing so I don't get sick, because I don't have any tetracycline pills or anything like that, or any vitamins to keep my character healthy. What I do have is pain pills, though. And luckily, with how warm it is out in the day, usually the character should dry off relatively quickly, but because... Oh, this thing looks damaged. Gather some bark. And I can't put that in my inventory, damn. My screen zoomed in for some reason. Hope that hurt. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft the hand drill kit first. Throw this on the fire real quick. Alright, so now I have fire starter and a little fireplace. I'm out in the open. This is a terrible idea to do out in the open, but my character needs to dry out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my vest over the flame and just kind of pay attention to the surrounding area. I really should have done this like hiding inside of that bush or something right there, because the smoke can be seen for miles. People will think it's like a downed helicopter or something. Just gonna watch out for enemies behind me, which really doesn't help that I have my vest in my hands. That area looks like it should be relatively safe, so I just need to watch that direction, over here, and over there. That's the top of that plant. I mean, of course, this is really not going to help if my character's soaked, so let me see. That's wet. It's not terribly soaked, but let's see that's damaged. It's damaged. Backpack is soaked. That's not going to help. It's not like you can wring out a backpack either, so. And who knows, it could be my shoes that are soaked. It could be the helmet that's soaked somehow. Or at the top. Or my vest, because my vest is wet, technically. That's not helping anything. And again, you know, don't be afraid to take a quick look around. These people in this game are assholes. They will shoot you on sight. Gloves are soaked. Shoes are soaked. So yeah, I mean, even if the backpack is just absolutely drenched or wet, that's not really going to help anything. And look, the fire's already out, so luckily, it's not going to be too big of a problem. But should have dried off my or wrung out the gloves beforehand. So now they're just damp. It's still wet. My shirt and my pants are not. So what I will do is start traveling that way. I don't know why, but I feel like there's something going on over there. There's definitely something in front of me. Yep. Might go check that barn. Is that a pig? I hope that's not an enemy. Or like a dead player. That'd be ridiculous right off the bat. I think that's an animal. Oh, that's a player. Hey, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? Should have answered, my dude. Oh yeah, look at that. It had a hacksaw. He was ready to do some damage. Oops. Need to get out of here. that was not very fun. I didn't like that that character was hiding from me. I tried to get him to respond a few times. I feel bad for killing him, but at the same time, they were not responding, and they had an hatchet, or not hatchet, hacksaw hiding in their bag. So that to me proves that there were some ill intentions there. I didn't check to see if that was an animal in the field or if that was another body. I should go do that. No, should not. The reason why I say that is because A, there was a base right there. I don't know if there's anybody inside of it, but B, there's something right there. But B, I don't have the time or energy to waste. Again, I feel terrible, but you know what? At the same time, a person should have responded. If you see somebody in game and they speak to you, you should always respond. I gave that person quite a bit of a chance. Actually, I said something to him like 4 or 5 times before I decided to just pull the trigger. And again, I feel bad, but you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. Let's see. And I'm asleep. I might have just been it for me. I'm already bleeding, so I hope I wake up. And I just took off. That's so weird. Alright, so at least I didn't die. But a lot of people, for some reason, would have ended the game right then and there and been like, oh man, this sucks. I know, I failed, and I just ruined my fucking suppressor on that one. And it was all for nothing. I wasted 3 shots. That one's aggro. Get out of this area. Why do I have that? I don't need those. What I do need is to load this magazine. Campfire tripod, that's not what I meant to put there. It's a military tent cover, so I'm actually kind of hopeful that I will find something in this area. There we go. These glasses should help keep some of the glare from the sun out of my eyes. Good palette there. So I've had this Livonia map for a long time, but I am not familiar with anything. There's a zombie right there. Electrical repair kit and a piece of paper. Let's see. And a Colt 1911. I don't need that. Don't need the hammer. So it looks like somebody was just recently here and looted what they could and then left what they didn't need. So it could very well be possible that they're still in the area. That zombie is looking right over here. Fuck you, officer. Alright. I was trying to sneak past him, but that didn't work. I'm glad he didn't call for other zombies. But what I am worried about is the fact that there might be somebody in this area. Now, Livonia, for some reason, has less items than Chernow does out in the general public. This map is a lot harder to survive on compared to Chernow, of course. For some reason, I feel like I'm going to find a well in this area, which is going to be helpful, but I would love to find like a map. A suppressed pistol, Mark II. You know what? I'm gonna drop that for now. And I'm gonna put that in my inventory. That way I can be a little bit more concealed on my way around. I mean, I have... Ooh, BK-18. What is that? That's a... is that the same thing I have? No. But it takes the same round, and there's one sitting in... Okay, so I'm gonna drop that, and I'm gonna try to have two of those. Did it just stack itself in my inventory? That's awesome. Alright, well, what I can do to keep myself hydrated for right now is munch down on some of these apples. I'm gonna do it slowly but surely so that way I can keep up with my my health meter. But there's a zombie behind me, so I don't necessarily want to go that way just yet. Although, if anything, this building would be the building to take a look at and see if there's anything in the backyard area that would be like a water pump or something. Again, always subconsciously looking upstairs because of that one item I found up there at the end of the stairway once before. I don't see a well. There's a zombie. I've already checked this building. What I want to do is check that building right there. But I'm gonna make sure I don't see anything moving around, which would usually happen between here and over there. Ah, there's a water pump. So at this point, I really want to stay out of field of view of whatever's nearby. There's a map. A tourist map. I'm gonna put that in my inventory and take a look at that later. Is that a car battery? What is that? Looks like maybe just a cement cylinder sitting on the ground. I'm gonna fill up my water meter really quickly and then I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, it's just a block of cement. Okay. I really need a water bottle. That's what I need. Looks like the sun's starting to set. Very rarely would you find anything in these buildings, but the reason why I check them is because in the DayZ mod for Arma 2, you used to actually find quite a bit in here, and this used to be the spot where you find food. And of course, there's the glass bottle, but not the one that I need. So I'm gonna just move, not run in front of that zombie. There's another zombie. Again, it could just be because I'm in the area, but at the same time, I don't trust it. There's another two. Especially with this door being open, it's kind of ominous, so pull my gun out. .762 by 39. Let's see what's in the other one. Because if I can get rid of that magazine, I would love to. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that they use in, no. Yeah, it's the same thing that they use in an AK, so. Of course, the sun is going down. My character is still soaked for some reason. That doesn't surprise me. Of course. And I still feel really bad for shooting that one kid, but at the same time, this is Livonia. It's a lot more difficult than playing on Cherno. And on Cherno, you can be a little bit more friendly with people, but with how desolate this area is, you don't want to take any chances. So, I mean, with the sun going down, this may be a good place to log out and go check out another map. I can probably make it to this house. God. Artwork shoes. Those are like the loudest boots you can possibly get. Be like being a horse in a fucking empty mall. Clap, 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 clap. You don't want to do that. You'll get spotted way too quickly. I still have some time before the sun goes down, so I want to see what I can get beforehand. But at the same time, there's so many zombies in this area that it's concerning me. Must have been the building I was looking at from a distance. EK-12 is a shotgun. As noted by the fact that it's a 12 gauge. And then yes, I saw those trees behind me. They look like an orchard where you'd find food. But I want to check over here. The EK-12. Okay. So maybe that was the best bet to go check out. Yeah, these have to have fruit, but the problem is if nobody's in the area, then it might not spawn anything. Either that or these are just not the right trees. It's hard to tell. That, I believe, is a police station. I feel like I've been in this area before. Usually this is a very high populated area. And last I saw there were 11 players online. Now, with the fact that it's getting dark, yep, there's a medical tent right over there. The fact that it's getting dark, it's very possible that there's not many people online left. And then on top of that, there might be more players online. But again, I'm in a highly populated spot in a large city, so it's very possible that, you know, they can be in the bunker or they cannot be. What is this? Schmegma. There we go. If any of you guys got that joke, go ahead and explain that in the comments for those who don't. So I just put it all over my face, so inside joke. So with the fact that the sun is going down, I might hop back over to the standard DayZ map. Sure enough. See, my character's water is already going down pretty decently fast. I'm not soaking anymore, which is good. But I hope my character's not sick. Paramedic pants. Nothing. Nothing. Another thing is they could possibly have night vision goggles. So that's one of the reasons why I hopped off the previous map, because there were 11 players online. Now I'm out of bullets. I got one shot left with this gun, but that's what I was worried about. Fuck. Now I'm out. Both of them have nothing. Okay. So it's good that I had this Mark II. Where? Swap out with this pair. I'll eat this pair. I don't know what I could have possibly put in that space, but thought I had room for it. But as you can tell, my gear is basically full, so I don't know what else I can grab, if I can grab anything from inside this building. I would like to find some tetracycline pills, but I might end up having to drop something for it. And the reason why there's the codeine pills. I have some of those already, so I'm going to combine those and back to inventory. So now I might actually have a full pack -1. Lab go. What are these? Charcoal tablets. I don't need charcoal tablets. Although, I'll just grab them just in case. Just to fill up some space in my inventory for right now, just in case I do find anything, or in case I need to, clean up some water, or if I get poisoning for some reason. That is possible. What was that? There we go. Full pack. Okay, so now I got full pack of codeine pills in case my character starts shivering and is like, oh, I'm in pain. But I would love some tetracycline, just in case my character starts to get sick, and I don't need that gas cylinder. Oh yeah. And I have enough space. So, I think that filled me up. I got 2 more slots. Okay. So, in case you don't know what those pills do, it kind of helps in case your player gets sick. Ah, man. There we go. Nice. That's a hit pack, so I can toss that on. And let's see. 2 out of 6. So let's fill up that space with some more medications. Six out of 6. Okay. And if I ever find a canteen water bottle, I can just plop that on my hip. And now this would be one of the best places to hop off the server for right now, especially with it being so dark. Or if I wanted to, I can just, I could lock myself into this room. And here we go. Now nobody on this map that I'm aware of will have the ability to enter this room until they find a lockpick, which is insanely difficult to find on this map. But again, it's getting harder to see outside. So I'm going to lay down here and then go to exit. I'm going to exit for now and then jump back over to a Cherno server, hoping that it's sunny out.
all down. Update 1.29 is now live, bringing
So it looks like there's just gotten more players on this server. That's not bad though, because then I can just hop on and try to wean my way back over to where I need to be and get some more gear. I have dry clothing, I have food, I have water. Just don't have a water bottle. So that's gonna be one of my next goals, is to get some source of water. I even have a hip pack that I can throw or I can throw a canteen on if I have to. But the problem is, if I do find a water bottle, I just can't drink from it right away. I have to, basically rinse it out, or just pour out the water that's in there, and then go to another pumping station and start fresh. But the problem with that is if it's daytime, and it says time acceleration, so it might be day. But if not, there's a very high likelihood that these people on this map have night vision goggles, and I don't. So, and yeah, it does suck jumping from server to server. You can do that. You cannot jump the same character in between community servers or a third-person map. I prefer usually the first-person field of view. Makes it a little bit easier to see. The third person, you can see around corners, but they've also kind of pinched off that ability a little bit more. You can see around you, and I don't know. I don't find that entirely fair, but to each their own. Like, if I wanted to do a third-person only server, or one where you can swap in between first and third person, then it would be a different character than the one that I'm playing as now, so it wouldn't matter. Same as if, I was playing on a PvP server instead of the standard maps. Standard server list. Okay. So I've spawned out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. There's the moon, so that means that the sun is going back up. There's a road that way. Is that a house? I'm gonna run this way. I think that's a house. I did see a jointing road over here. So the problem is, when you bounce back and forth between maps, you can't just run to the same spot that you were a moment ago and hope to God that you just spawned into the same spot that you were previously, especially because it's the same character. What is that called? Shemak, whatever the fuck. I can't say that. I'm just gonna call it a schmegma. I don't know if I should go to the main road or if I should just keep going over here. I think that's Devil's Castle right there. Alright, so I'm going to check out this little RV thing, and then I'm going to go to that castle. Problem is, though, is that castle could have wolves and bears nearby. So there's absolutely nothing in that hoodie. But see, I can be along the top of the map, or I can be in the middle near Devil's Castle. I can be halfway in the middle of the map. I can be most of the way towards, you know, the Northwest Airfield. I have no, or yeah, Northwest Airfield. I just need to be careful. I have the hiccups right now, so I apologize for the stuttering. There's a main road right there, so I might actually take that main road up all the way to the castle and be just fine. But if somebody has set that up as their player base, then that means that I'm screwed. That I just walked all the way over there for no reason. So I don't know why I was checking my inventory around that tree there. I was hoping that, you know, maybe they've dropped some fruit. What they need to do is make fruit trees a little bit more sparse in the wilderness like this, so that way you don't have to just directly run from spot to spot. But also, it used to be that if you ran to one of the castles on the DayZ mod, that you'd be able to run into a trader where you can, you know, trade your gear for weapons or for money, so that way you can trade for like a bicycle or a vehicle of sorts, or even a parts kit to upgrade your bicycle into a singular person helicopter to help you get across the map, which would be so amazing. And I think that would revitalize some of DayZ. You know, originally in the DayZ mod, they didn't have that dynamic cloud situation that really just irritates the shit out of me, because it's a new event style situation, of course, but it also makes it a lot like Fortnite in a way, where you have to keep to a particular style of game mode. Luckily, the chemical circle doesn't close in on you, but the one problem with that is that you can still die from the chemical zone. If you know much about DayZ, then you know what's wrong with the chemical zone. But essentially, any part of your body that's exposed gets cut to shreds, and then you get this infection that's almost nearly impossible to get rid of. And the only way that you can get rid of it is through a stim pack of sorts that only exists inside of the dynamic gas zones. So in order to get inside of the gas, you'd have to have an NBC suit to get that stim pack. And then once you do get that stim pack, if you're not wearing that NBC suit, it's kind of pointless, because you're just gonna die anyways and recut yourself, reinfect yourself. So I think this is Devil's Castle, because there's only this one little loop. But, and I wish there was a map. What is that? 300 Winchester, but there's only 3 rounds. So I'm gonna come up here, see if there's anything up here. What is this? PU scope. It's for like an AK or something. Reticle for a Mosin. Will it work? No. It's kind of cool that you can get up on top of there, but figured it would be some sort of building that you can enter, like this one. Chainmail. Just badly damaged. You know that's really funny. I would love to put it on, but there's only that's 12 spaces, same as the raincoat. I might actually save my ass. See, I need the knife. I don't know why I'm dropping everything. Badly damaged. Alright, so I'm crafting armbands, and I'm going to put them on. It makes it a little bit harder to see. The reason why I put the chainmail on is because it'll actually block a lot of different rounds. Especially melee hits from zombies. That's what I want to get the most. But what I do need now is like a wrench or a pair of pliers or something like that, so that way I can fix my armor just a little bit. Said it was damaged. Um, let's see here. Oh, a longhorn. I wonder if I can put the scope from that onto here. I was like, what the fuck just happened? No, I can't put that on my scope. Damn. It doesn't seem to have any ammo with it, so I'm just going to put that back on there. And then drop it. Okay, so that direction. I did see some Winchester mags, so... or rounds. This pistol's kind of OP. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go find that Winchester round. Wherever those could be, right there. And I'm going to combine. There's no way there was just that one round. So there was 3 shots. I should have just picked up that whole magazine. Or a whole stack. Is that it? Yeah, it is. So it automatically just put it in my inventory. That's really cool. Let's see if I can make my way to that radio tower. What I am worried about, though, is if I run into something like a bear or a couple coyotes. I don't know if you can eat those red mushrooms, so I'm just gonna pretend that you can't. This one, I just saw a white mushroom over here. The white ones you can eat. I know that one for sure. But again, you want to make sure that they're not rotten or something. So, I'm just gonna run up here. And if possible, I might climb this tower to see how far I am from whatever town available. Looks like there is a ladder. No way. Ah, man. Well, it fits in my inventory, so I'm gonna hold on to that one for right now. Running shoes, I might grab those. They're pristine, so badly damaged. Worn athletic shoes, so I'm gonna drop those and equip those. I know I'm carrying way too much shit on me right now. Um, I have multiple different types of pistols on me right now. I have 4 pistols, including the one that I just picked up. Um, but the reason why I grabbed the scoped one is because it takes 300 Winchester rounds, and it's basically a rifle. Um, it's one of the strongest handguns in the game. It's basically a hand cannon. But what I want to do is that another castle over there. So I am at Devil's Castle. And then, if I'm not mistaken, there are wolves and stuff around me, but I want to go that way if I'm headed to Northwest Airfield. Or, yeah, Northwest, not Northeast. It looks like there's a town down there. There's something. It's a little trailer style thing. Can't see a whole lot. So yeah, that one is Devil's Castle. Um, Red helmet. I don't need that. Uh, so yeah, right about that direction is where I would like to go. Man, the scope is trash, but better than nothing, I guess. So you don't want to always slide because it'll actually rip up your gloves, and then eventually it'll damage it to the point where it just rips up your hands. My gloves are badly damaged as they are. Um, be careful doing that. You don't want to do it too long. It's basically like sprinting. There's a hammer. That's funny. Okay. So I'm going this direction. Oh, there's a road. I'll stick to the main road for right now. So I don't want to get ransacked by werewolves. Wolves, not werewolves. Why the fuck do I keep saying werewolves? Looks like my character needs to eat something. So usually when you are hungry and things start to turn white or yellow, that means that you're at 25% food. So, and just because it turned white again does not mean, yeah, when it's yellow, you're at 25%. But just because it turned white after I ate something doesn't mean that I'm any higher than 25%. So, what I am worried about is my drinking level. So, in order to not exhaust myself any further, I'm not going to sprint. I'm just going to keep to a normal jogging pace until I can figure out where I can find, some kind of water bottle situation. Man, I really want to just run towards that little deep crevice area. There would have to be a town over there, but I'm also on a street. Streets lead to main roads, of course, and then main roads lead to towns. A lot of people say, oh, follow the power lines if you ever get lost, but I feel like that would just bounce you in between cities at this point in time. I don't think it'll actually lead you to a city. I think it'll keep you in the middle. This would be wolf territory too, so I'm glad I grabbed this little longhorn rifle. There's a little RV style thing over there, and then a town just this way. That looks like the hunting camp with the dam. So if I can get my way down there, I know for a fact that there's some ammo. I'm gonna be safe though. I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time running around this long ass road. But if that is the hunting grounds, then that means that I'm running further away from camp or the Northwest Airfield, and I'm running back to the mainlands. Okay, so like this mushroom, if it wasn't badly damaged, and this is raw, I can actually throw that in my inventory and I can eat that later. I'm kind of glad I hopped off the path because that'll actually give me some health, but there is a very high chance that I'll run into some kind of animal that I don't want to see. I'm just listening out for wolves. But again, I don't have a headset, I'm just speaking to my controller, so if I do hear wolves, I won't be able to tell exactly what direction they're coming from. Of course, I can hear left or right, but I could also take a look around, run into trees and stuff like that, not paying attention. So keep really, really close eye out. Make sure I don't run into something I don't want to. Which makes it kind of decent that I have this longhorn rifle, because if I run into like a pack of wolves, I at least have 3 shots with this pistol before I can swap over to my rifle and then try to defend myself. But if I miss a shot, I'm fucked. And then on top of that, I can't cook and eat wolf meat because then I can also contract the sickness that they carry or diseases that they carry, which from one of the latest updates was actually really fucking bad. I've gotten it one time right after they did that patch, and it really fucked over my character for a long time. Truth be told, I got stuck at I think this is the hunting camp. I might want to go check out those boats to see if there's anything over there. Or, worst case scenario is I could be headed back to Electro. I remember back in the original DayZ, we used to run down here into that little section of the dam. I think I am headed back to Electro. Which, if I can get my footing, then that's perfect, because then I know where I'm at. But back in the DayZ mod, you used to be able to walk up against this bridge and underneath the water, and you were able to breathe underwater. I mean, your character used to still get wet, but not really. It wasn't that big of a deal. But if for some reason I am headed back to Electro, that means that there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to run into enemies. And when it was nighttime, there was 11 players online. So that means that there's a possibility that they're really, really geared up. And I might just be over-geared, which is a problem because then I'm a target. Not only do I have weapons that they might want, but I have ammunition that they might want. Maybe later. I got food on me. What I really want, though, is a fishing rod, so that way I can come over here to this large pond and start fishing for food that'll actually keep me not only fed, but it'll add hydration to my player for a long period of time. Similar to the mushrooms, you always want to cook mushrooms just to be safe. In this game, there's only one mushroom that you get sick from, and I'm pretty sure it's that red one. They could have changed that from last time I played, though. This is the hunting camp. No, it's not. Where is the opening in this fence? Of course. Punk bitch. Of course, I just drew every fucking zombie in town. So not only did I just give away my position, but I also wasted ammo. What I could do is I could just fire a shot into those zombies and then hope it passes from one to another. But realistically, I don't want to waste the ammo, and if I do, I should just drop the pistol anyhow. I really should not have gotten into that shootout. I really don't see any breaks in this fence line other than right up here, which is nice to an extent, because then that means that if I wanted to, I can come over here and cut off this fence and turn it into a base. But I think I might do that later. At the same time, I don't know exactly where my player is, so I need to figure that out. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to Electro. Almost guarantee it. I have enough coating pills. I have enough bandages. charcoal tablets. I wonder if the map is any different from one map to the next. Like, instead of it being for Electro and whatnot, I wonder, or Cherno, I guess you can call it. Oh yeah, there's another longhorn. I don't need it though. Got a GPS receiver and a battery to it. That's awesome. That is a gun cleaning kit. Okay. You always want to make sure that your parts are good. Like if I shot that suppressor one more time, I probably would have ruined it. But it only really works to an extent. And then as you can see, it really looked pristine from what's up, my man? Good luck with your awesome. Thank you, brother. Let's see. You want to make sure that all your gun parts are taken care of just fine. You can do that to magazines. You can do that to your ammunition. You could also do it with your, your suppressors and stuff like that. Your guns, different parts. The only thing that you can't fix is, I would say, like can't fix like the scopes or anything like that. Those specific or like hand tools. There we go. Look at that. That mushroom's giving me health and liquids at the same time. Speaking of liquids, I'm gonna take a sip off my coffee. Badly damaged. So I'm gonna drop that and then put this back in my inventory. And then I want to grab the suppressor, combine it with the gun cleaning kit, and that should be it for the gun cleaning kit. And then I can reattach the suppressor to the pistol I just took it off of. Now, the only reason why I picked up both this and the Glock is because this one has a bottom rail mount, so you can put anything you want on it. It's essentially the same as a Glock, except you can put a flashlight on there. Let me see. I guess you can put a flashlight on that one. Okay, so they look exactly the same, but I think the CR75, I think that one lasts a little bit longer compared to just a standard Glock magazine and stuff like that. I think the wear and tear on it is a little bit lighter. Of course, I failed and missed a shot. That doesn't fucking help. And of course, killed off almost every round. And then on top of that, probably did a lot of damage to the suppressor. But, oh well. What I do need is to find some 9mm rounds. That would be amazing. I do believe I'm making my way back to Chernow, which is good because there's military bases along the way that I can probably run to, take a look at, and then from there hop my way back down to some of the better loot spawns, down and around through military zones and stuff like that, and potentially even get better weapons. One thing I do need to find though is a water bottle. And I'm surprised I have not run into one by now. Or even a fishing pole, which would have been nice. But, I mean, I can probably create my own fishing pole. It just won't be the collapsible kind like I would like. But, oh well. So, yep, that's Electro right there. You can tell by the giant tower, church, and there should be, if I'm not mistaken, in the same area there should be, well, that's the sniper's tower right, or sniper's hill right here. Luckily I'm just out of field of view of that. But also I'm in a highly dense area, so I would like to get some 22 rounds. I would like to get a water bottle and maybe even a better weapon. And so in order to get a better weapon right now in this low tier area, Which I can't believe I just ran back from Devil's Tower all the way down here. Wasted so much ammo in the process, but my player is still alive. Still have decent health. There's a still sewing kit. So this is a time period where I get to fix up almost everything that I can imagine right now. I'm gonna fix up my hip pack. I'm going to. I can't fix up my sewing thing. There's my firefighter pants. I'm gonna fix those. Might take half of the sewing kit in and of itself. Might do 2 roundabouts. There we go. Alright, so I can use it on one more item. Let's see. Do I want to put it on the hat? It's badly damaged. So the gloves are ruined. Absolutely ruined. I can't do anything about that. So what I will do is I will fix up that. I can, however, take this improvised hand wrappings. Put those back in my inventory. Grab those and swap them out for these gloves. These are trash, so I'm going to put them on the floor now. So you can see my hands are... Oh. P1 mag. I don't need that one. See, if I needed any more rags or anything like that, I can just tear this thing up. Luckily, the scythe is just damaged. It's not ruined or anything like that, so... And look at that. I got 4 more rags. Okay. I had to sacrifice 2 of them, which is alright. That's a low risk item. I'd rather just throw them down instead of waste my time trying to fill up on things like that. But now that I've been over here for a little bit, there we go. Do you see what kind of tree that is? Pay attention to it, because the more you find trees like that, the more you will find foods. I could have sworn I just saw something run towards that garage over there, so I hope not. I also want to check this house over here for maybe a water bottle or something like that. Came in a little hot, not thinking that I should aim a weapon down here to make sure that there's no enemy players inside of the loot area. See, what I should really do is keep an extra rope on me just in case I want to either tie somebody up or make a makeshift fishing pole. Fuck you, Karen. Wear that hat the right way. Beat your dick. Alright. there's duct tape. Perfect. So not only can I fix my vest, I can fix my backpack, my hat. A little bit more than I could with just a sewing kit, but it doesn't look like there's much other than what I missed with the sewing kit. So restrain my hands. And there's just one little bit of duct tape left, so everything else looks fairly decent. So I'm just gonna fix up my there we go, my armband. It's not exactly perfect, but it's almost ruined to begin with, so it could have probably taken some more damage. Fuck you, Karen. Just standing there, taking it like it's nothing. Dude must love to get beat. There's the U70, IJ70. It looks like a U, but it's an IJ. Really don't want that pistol. As often as you find those magazines everywhere, the ammo is trash and hard to come by. Actually, it's more likely to come by that ammunition, but still a trash weapon, in my opinion. Watch, I'm gonna have to beat the shit out of another zombie in this house. Oh, no. But the clothing aren't spawning with anything. Ooh. Now, I'm keeping that. On that note, I'm going to exit out, run to the bathroom really quickly, and then I will be back in just a moment to keep this run going. Right, ran to the bathroom. I'm just going to give it another 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to jumpstart the game one more time and pick up where we left off. Hopefully this time be able to find a water bottle. I'm in Cherno, so I know that there's some kind of water source nearby. There's also a police station nearby, so hopefully I can get more ammunition for my rifle. Maybe find the rifle for that other magazine for potentially, be able to survive a little bit longer, get a pair of clothing that's a little bit more suitable than just what I'm wearing now, but at least the chainmail is keeping me safe from the zombies. So, I'm drinking a lot of coffee, so it's been going through my system pretty quickly, and I apologize for the delay, but let's get back into it in just a little bit. I'm taking a quick break just to run around, do what I need to do really quickly, and I will be back on in just a few minutes. Alright. Back at it again with another playthrough. Um, it's still the same one. It looks like there's more people online now. So, not too terrible, but enough to keep your eye open. And so, me being an Electro, I see a lot of zombies around. It makes me have to worry to make sure. Because usually it spawns about 5 zombies per player. So, if you see zombies off in the distance, usually that's a problem. But also, if there's too many zombies near you, that means that there's another player in that same region. So, that zombie's already there, which means there's still another player here in this area. A little worrisome, but not tremendously. But see, they're a distance out. So you can be in any one of these buildings. That festive look. You know what would be nice is if you could use those Christmas lights as rope in and of itself, but I don't know if that's possible. So I just went back onto the sporter. Okay. See, I got 9 rounds in this magazine. Fairly decent scope. It does not have a battery on it, so I can't see directly where it's scoped in at, but what I can do is zero the weapon into 200 meters. So I need to find 22 rounds, and I need to find, there's more duct tape. I need to find a water bottle. There we go, it's pristine. I don't think I need that on anything else right now. So while I'm here, I want to go double check down by the water line and make sure that there is at least some kind of fishing pole nearby. Keep my eyes out for enemy players, and also for water bottles, because that would be nice. Definitely need a water bottle, but I have enough fruit on me that it'll keep me hydrated for right now. Somehow made my way back to Electro. So I don't know if anybody remembers, I hopped back onto another server while it was dark out because I don't have night vision goggles or anything like that. And so when I jumped over to Livonia, there was a random player just ambiently sitting there, and he ran from me and tried to hide in a bush. And it looked like he was a fresh spawn, but he had a hacksaw on him. And so the fact that he ran and whatnot was kind of sketchy. But I did try to announce myself. I was like, "Hey, if you're there, please say something." And he ignored it multiple times. So when I found him, I had to crack him in the head with, you know, oops, with a heavy round. So it was a 7.62 by 39 round that I shot him with. So he didn't live through that one, unfortunately. I feel bad. I still feel bad even now, but I gave the kid multiple chances to announce himself, and it's on Livonia, so Livonia was a little bit more streamlined for, trying to loot and get as much materials as possible within a certain amount of time. And with him being a fresh spawn, and he had a hacksaw on him, I didn't know what else to trust. So I didn't trust turning my back on him, that's for sure. Gave him the option to announce himself, and he didn't do that, so. It was unfortunate. So I've got one kill under my belt. There's so many zombies in the area, I can't tell that they're specifically for me. Especially because I logged in and there was already zombies across the map. So, makes me feel like there's still somebody in the area and I need to keep my eyes open. So at this point, what I'm doing is I'm just making myself down to the local watering hole. I know where I'm at, so I can use that to get myself to the next region. Um, I have enough supplies to be able to get myself safely to the next area, but the problem is I still need a water bottle. I still need to get some water before my hydration hits yellow. And then on top of that, I don't know where the next watering hole is besides this town. So I need to be very careful, keep my eyes open. On top of that, I need to... Oops. I get too close to that guy. I don't want to fight him just yet. On top of that, I'm not necessarily geared up the best. So... But I'm still a moving target. So that's something to be careful of. There's at least 18 people on this server. And that's including myself. So I want to be careful. There is a large possibility that they're more inland than right here. But even with that being a factor, I don't want to trust fresh spawns. There is a police station right there. So there might be either 9mm rounds, 22 rounds, or some kind of weapon of sorts. So if there's some 9mm rounds, I definitely want those. Gun cleaning kit. And damaged gloves. Well, gloves are damaged, so definitely don't want those. I don't see anything in the bathroom. Well, it was worth a shot. Did not anticipate to find a gun cleaning kit in here. But what I will do, check this out. I don't really see a whole lot in here either, but it was worth a check. So now I'm at least semi out of the way. I'm gonna actually push around this backside. Keep my eye out for local dangers and such. Like those. I was hoping that at least one of those players would have, or characters would have something on them. Not a player or character, it's a fucking zombie. I was hoping that the zombie would at least have something on him. And they did have flashlights, but the problem with that is they did not have ammunition. And so, with this flux of zombies in the area, I'm not really comfortable with the idea that I'm alone at all. It's an awesome self-kill. I might check out that little shop there. Utility butt pack. 45 rounds. That's it. Again, I don't truly feel like over there is the best place to go and look. It's not exactly the same way as it used to be in the old DayZ games. There's so many fucking zombies in the area, I don't want to just keep walking into them and ruining my weapon. This would be a decent building to set up a base. Right there down by the stairway. But because of this section up here, it would be really easy to get into the base. Then There's nothing in it. And then this place would pretty much be way too open for any other kind of target. So, there's two entryways, be multiple ways into this building. And then if I were to set up a doorway just up here, easily throw a grenade in here or a few bombs and ruin the. There's a police station right there. Not only did I just aggro a zombie in front of the police station, but there's multiple ways in. So if there really is another player in this area, I probably just gave my position away. Nice. Some pristine gloves, that was worth it. Rack 37. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in the game. Though I've heard it was pretty decent. Just does not have a magazine. And I'm hoping to find some 9mm ammo. But again, I am not seeing any. Nothing. Nothing. This police station must have already been looted. There's this little pistol right here. And it is a Glock. might get to where I need to and wrap it up for this stream, as I feel like I've been running it on a little too long compared to other live streams. There's a local watering hole right here. It's absolutely perfect. So I just need to make sure there's nobody behind me or around me at all times. And I'm going to try to fill up on water as best as I can. Try to remember where this place is. That way, if need be, I can get to it again next time. So I pretty much know exactly where I am. I'm in basically the middle of the coastline. And then the next city over should be Cherno. Cherno and Electro. Those are the basic nicknames for this frontal region, but this map is also a little bit bigger than the original DayZ map, so I'm hoping to be able to find something suitable before having to call it a day. So I have been uploading a lot of videos here. So, I mean, this one could very well be... I know for a fact that this is Electro, because the sniper's hole over there. There's a sniper's tower. There's a zombie. A little aggro. Try to stay out of its field of view. There's also the train line right there. But the fact that I've aggravated a bunch of zombies, I'm gonna have to wait before I log off. It's because I don't want to get to the point where essentially if I were to pop out, that it would basically ban my account. I don't want to get banned or seen as somebody that's gonna, oh, it's a hatchet. Might be better quality than the one that I have. That one's damaged. Looks like a little bit better. Not by much, but let's see. Yep, so let's swap this one out. That one's badly damaged, so I'm putting that one down. But you know what? I'm actually going to put that in the spin wheel. There's a firehouse over there. And I really doubt that there's somebody sitting in there. But it's also a very large possibility that somebody is. So. It looks like somebody's looted this train. I know I have earlier today. This door's unlocked. There's some barbed wire. So it's very possible that there's a person sitting, a zombie on the top. So very likely that this has already been looted. Very likely that somebody's already looted that. You don't have to worry about anything that's stuck on top of anything. I do want to make sure that there's nobody over here that's gonna snipe at me if I get a little too close. Then again, probably would have shot at me by now had I gotten too close prior to all of this. Okay, there's a break in the fence. I also don't see anything over here at the moment. So they can be inside of the building. I hope there's nobody inside the building. But there's definitely somebody in this town. So I'm going to get myself up as high as I can really quickly just to double check that A, there's no weapon sitting around. B, there's no enemies nearby. But C, it's starting to get a little dark. So I want to make sure that I'm at least semi-decently covered for right now because I don't have any night vision goggles or anything like that. What is that? An NBC jacket just sitting over there. I might have to go check that out here in a minute. But I have seen some pretty decent weapons sitting up here in the past. Could have just been the fact that somebody dropped a weapon. Highly unlikely, but there is known that people have found decent weapons here at the. There we go. Here at the firehouse, especially on the older DayZ mod, there used to be better loot weapons over here. Fireman pants. It's not terrible. I feel like there's somebody in that house with the light. That's just the floor. Okay. Oh shit. I'm dead. Son of a bitch. Definitely have a broken leg or something. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Please tell me I'm still alive. Wow. Yep, broken leg. Can't believe I just fucking did that. Wow. Story of my fucking life. I'm glad I got some rags, because I'm gonna have to find a way to make a splint. Damn, that was one of the dumbest things I have ever done in my entire life. Well, I was definitely holding onto the hatchet when I did that, because now I don't have the hatchet, so. Funny thing is I don't know if I broke both legs or just one. So if I broke just one, I might be fine. Hopefully this will allow me to stand up and walk around. My dumbass just fucking snapped my leg. Alright, so I'm not falling or anything, which is decent. Got some rope, just in case that happens again. Need to find some more clothing to rip up. Dirty hoe. 9mm rounds? Yes. You know what? While I have the inventory open, okay, so that's just one round, so I had another stack somewhere. I still can't believe I just fucking did that. Oh man. I gotta give it about 5 minutes and then fracture should heal. But that also means that I can't run. Tire repair. I don't know if that'll fix plastic case containing the tools needed for fixing car tire. Nope. Might need the epoxy. Or an electrical repair kit. Oh, thank God. I think that'll help me heal up a little bit. This is definitely electric. hope we find some more 9mm here at this. Oh no, I thought it was a police station. Shotgun rounds, some wiring. That's about it. What I am hopeful for is that I'll find a short fishing rod. And hopefully by the time that I'm done searching for that fishing rod, my leg will be healed. It requires me to find a shipping container that has it in it though. Don't want that Colt 911. 1911. Pitchfork. You might be able to use a pitchfork to help with base building, but it's still not the same as the original DayZ. You know, it was 380. I don't know why. Battery. Awesome. Not going in there right now. I don't fight anything. I don't have to shoot at anything. Though what would be nice is if I actually found that little fishing rod that I was searching for, because then at least I'll be able to eat, you know, like some real fish and cook up on the go. That'd be nice. Seems like these containers are locked for the most part. That's a zombie. That's a zombie. These crates look like they're permanently locked, so I'm gonna actually float back because I don't want to run all the way over there for absolutely no reason. Or fall again. Rubber rounds, huh? Yep. There we go. These are a lot easier to see with compared to what I was wearing. I mean, the same basic glasses and stuff like that. It was just a little bit more difficult. Come on, give me a container that has something. Oh, he spawned out of nowhere. Full jacket. This is 45 rounds. Yeah. Headlight. Yep. I don't need that. Whatever happened to the shipping containers that had the fishing pole in it? That's what I'm curious about. I bet you they're right over there. 9 mil, 9 mil, 9 mil. Yes. There's only 3 of them, so. Damn, the apple went bad. But it's alright. Jungle boots. So my leg is no longer broken, just kind of hurting a little bit. That's nice. So it seems like we've survived getting our leg snapped, falling off a roof, which we must have barely survived that somehow. Um, and then on top of that, we were able to locate some water. I've not located a fishing pole yet, but so far it seems like we're pretty well off. We got a silenced, actually 3 silenced pistols. Um, so I think we're doing okay on the the handgun department. Um, I would say that we still need to find a water bottle. Um, the apple that we had in our inventories sat in our inventory just a slight bit too long for it to be healthy. Uh, there's nothing in the vicinity over there. Nothing over here. Might check out that boathouse and then call it for this live stream because so far we've been stretching the luck that this character gets. So throw that food into the inventory. If we get sick, we get sick because I have vitamins and I have the tetracycline pills and I have charcoal and tablets. So or multivitamins. So it seems like for right now we might be a-okay. Um, I might just log out here at this boathouse if I don't find anything halfway decent. Um, but the live stream has gone on for quite a while. Might be 2.5 hours. Might be 2 hours. Who knows? The last live stream that I had ran about 2 hours long. So let's take a look up here, see what we find. Not a damn thing. Alright. Well, right about here is a good place to lay down and call it. So, till next time, guys, I hope you guys have a great night and happy Mother's Day weekend.